Have you ever shared a piece of really good news, something you were incredibly proud of, and the person you told just gave you this weird vibe? It wasn't excitement, it was something else, something you couldn't quite put your finger on. It leaves you feeling deflated, confused, and maybe even a little guilty for your own success. If that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. My name is Andrew Meet Rich, and believe me, I know that feeling all too well. Years ago, when I was buried in debt and just starting to figure out how to manage my money, I made every mistake in the book. I was broke, I was stressed, and frankly, I was ashamed. But I figured it out. I clawed my way back, and now I want to help you do the same. Today, we're not just talking about money. We're talking about the silent dream killers, the so-called friends whose secret envy can sabotage your progress more than any bad budget. We'll uncover the hidden signs and I'll give you a simple playbook to protect your energy. So hit that like button and subscribe, because even if today's topic doesn't feel super relevant, the next one could change your life. I'll never forget the day I paid off my first credit card. It was only about $1,000, but to me, it felt like I'd climbed Mount Everest. I was buzzing. I immediately called my buddy, let's call him Tom. We'd been friends for years, and we'd always complained about being broke together. I told him the news, expecting a high five over the phone. Instead, there was just silence. Then he said, "Oh, cool. Must be nice. I guess you won't be able to hang out anymore now that you're Mr. Moneybags." He laughed, but it was the kind of laugh that has sharp edges. I felt this wave of shame wash over me, like I'd done something wrong by succeeding. For weeks after that, he'd make little jabs. "Don't order the expensive beer, Andrew. You're saving money now, right?" I started downplaying my progress, hiding my small wins, because I didn't want to deal with his comments. It was a huge realization for me. My environment, the very people I was closest to, were keeping me stuck, and that's where most people get tripped up. They focus on spreadsheets and budgets, but they completely ignore the energy vampires draining their motivation. So let's break down the first type of secret hater, the one I call the dream crusher. This is the person who, when you share a new idea or a big goal, immediately tells you all the reasons it won't work. You'll say, "I'm thinking of starting a small side business." And they'll say, "Oh, but isn't the market too saturated? Don't you know most businesses fail? Are you sure you're ready for that?" They disguise their envy as concern, but their goal isn't to protect you. It's to plant seeds of doubt so that you'll stay right where you are, on their level. And here's the insight that changes everything. Their negativity isn't about you. It's a mirror reflecting their own fears and insecurities. They aren't trying to crush your dream. They are just terrified that you'll achieve yours and leave them behind. So here's your first action step, and it's super simple. I call it the 2-second test. The next time you share good news with someone, watch their face for the first 2 seconds. Before they can put on their fake, rehearsed smile, their true feelings will flash across their face. A tiny frown, a flicker of shock, a tightening of the jaw. Micro expressions don't lie. That's the real answer. Next up is the second type, and this one is a little trickier. I call this person the scorekeeper. On the surface, they seem supportive, but their friendship feels like a constant competition. You buy a new watch, and a week later, they buy a slightly more expensive one. You mention you're taking a weekend trip, and they immediately start talking about their 2-week international vacation. They're always keeping score, and their main goal is to make sure they're winning. They devalue your achievements by one-upping them, making you feel like your progress is insignificant. What if you landed a 10% raise? They'll say, "That's great. My boss just gave me 15% and a corner office. See how that works?" It steals your joy in a heartbeat. The reframe here is understanding the difference between healthy inspiration and toxic competition. Healthy competition pushes you to be better. The scorekeeper's game is designed to make you feel smaller. It's not about rising together, it's about them standing on your shoulders to get a better view. The action step for this is to put them on an information diet. You don't owe anyone the details of your success. When they start prying, give them vague, boring answers. "How's the new job?" "It's going well, thanks for asking. But hey, I wanted to hear about your project." Deflect and redirect. Stop handing them the stones they used to throw at you. Now for the final and most dangerous type, the chameleon. This is the person who is your best friend in private, but turns into a completely different person in a group. Alone, they listen to your secrets and cheer you on. But the second you're in a social setting, they use that private information as ammunition for cheap laughs. They'll make passive-aggressive jokes about your financial struggles or your past mistakes. "Oh, don't worry about Andrew. He's an expert at being broke." They'll say to the table, and everyone laughs while you just sit there, feeling exposed and betrayed. They may even start to imitate you, copying your style of dress, your way of speaking, or even your career goals. But here's the rehook. It's not flattery. It's a desperate attempt to absorb your success because they don't know how to create their own. The insight is this: their public put-downs and private imitation are two sides of the same coin, a deep-seated lack of self-worth. They build themselves up by either tearing you down or by trying to become you. Your action step is to create a boundary blueprint. The moment they cross a line, you have to address it. It doesn't have to be a big confrontation. A simple, calm, "Hey, I didn't appreciate that comment," is enough. You teach people how to treat you, and the chameleon needs a very clear lesson. So, let's recap. We've unmasked the dream crusher who plants doubt, the scorekeeper who turns life into a toxic competition, and the chameleon who is a friend to your face and an enemy to your back. Protecting your energy from these people isn't selfish. It's a critical part of your journey to a better life. You cannot build a strong financial future in a weak emotional environment. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start curating your inner circle. The small shift of putting one of these people on an information diet or setting one clear boundary can lead to a massive change in your momentum. It creates the space you need to grow, to think clearly, and to build the life you actually want, free from the quiet poison of envy. And if you think a toxic friend is draining your bank account, just wait until we talk about the number one money mistake almost everyone makes with their own family. That's a powerful one, and it's coming up in the next video.